Hello guys, I'm Hamid Aziz Pratik and today we are gonna talk about coding. Yeah. So let's get to the point. Coding is hard. How to code is very hard, but being good at it is even harder. Okay, so first I'm gonna show you a few graphs. The first graph is from a book called The Dip and it's written by Seth Godin. So look, I'm gonna show you the motivation when it comes to coding. So yeah, motivation and time. So yeah, first your motivation is pretty high because you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna learn this new thing called coding. You're gonna give stuff to computers and stuff, and they're gonna do stuff with it. But then you realize it's very, very, very hard. So your motivation comes down, and here is where most of the people quit. And then if you manage to not get depressed and give up, you will eventually start to get good at it and your motivation will recover. It will not go as high as it was, but it would still be pretty high. So the second graph we are going to show is the function of supply and demand. Good thing for us, the demand in the tech industry is very high. So we are gonna have good salaries. And here's the supply curve. Here's where the fact that coding is very difficult comes into play. If coding was easy, there would be a lot of supply and a lot of workers, so less salary, so it won't be like a rare skill. And in the labor market equilibrium, demand has to be equal to supply. And since coding is really hard, companies have to pay a lot of money. The average salary of a computer programmer in America has a salary of 79,840. Average, meaning that many can afford mansions and expensive cars. Even the lowest paid 10% makes more money than the average American. Programming is so well paid because it is in demand, and it is in demand because it's important. But it's more than a trend, it's surely the future, right? Say something big like programming is the future, and people will conclude fast forward 20 years. If you don't know how to program, well, good luck getting a McDonald's job. As long as there are jobs, economic laws say that people will specialize. Okay, now it's raining. Perfect timing. I was just recording a video and I guess I have to wait. Okay, the rain is gone. Anyways, back to the video. Okay, as I was saying, people will specialize, and programming is no different. A valuable skill to learn? Absolutely. In the way of reading, writing? Not even close. If it was a skill like reading and writing, it would be required in every school. But it is just hard enough that it is not possible to put into every school. You see, every student learns at different paces, likes different things, and because of this variability, it's just not feasible to put this system in because it's so hard. The biggest fans of everyone should code are politicians and tech companies, but this is no coincidence. You see, America is home to many, many tech giants, and this makes it very hard to underestimate. To a politician, more of any job means more taxes, more spending, more everything good. Programming jobs are paid especially well, so they're especially loved. This has something unique too. Companies often started by programmers have international influence like none other. And if someone is going to pull the emotional and financial levers, and we know they are, unfortunately, they must be tech companies because they have so much cultural and technological influence. And as a politician, you will want them in your country. But it's not just all good. There is a mixture of good intentions and the Dunning-Kruger effect. Programmers make a lot of money, but so does surgeons. Actually, 3 times as much. Why is coding treated like surgery isn't? The reason surgery isn't treated like coding is because we are told that coding is like a skill of reading and writing. In fact, specialization is good because it's the reason we have computers at all. You cannot be the best scientist, hunter, cobbler, and the best students of your class at once. When you're trying to be good at everything, you're good at nothing. Okay, now how about this? You are a really good farmer and I'm a really good mason. So let's trade. You can give me some of your wheat and I will give you some of my bricks. This way we both can have nice stuff. Well, that's the basics of civilization. If programmers keep programming and be better and teachers keep teaching, they will get successful. So as far as jobs go, it's a really good job, but it's not a basic universal skill. A good teacher can take a complicated subject and split it into many smaller pieces. Now, sometimes what looks identical to the complex topic can sometimes get oversimplified. And in fact, this is the challenge with YouTube because if you oversimplify, you will be left with a 20-second video. But if you overcomplicate, you will have a boring 2-hour video. In this case, everyone should code paints a misleading picture. I mean, it's not like that. Like people say tap tap tap, that's coding. No, it's not. That's a misleading picture and it's oversimplified. But I don't want to over complicate this, but basically coding is like where you sit on a desk for long hours solving problems and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to overcomplicate this video. If you can become a developer in 14 weeks, either companies overpay for what's a really simple job or there's much more to it than you expected. And yes, there is much more to it. It is the difference between computer science and programming. First of all, coding is something that you can actually learn quick, and coding needs memorization. It's basically a process of memorizing the words that you need to write to make a computer do anything. And this is what everyone should code teaches, but it claims the benefits of computer science, which is problem solving. And computer science is what companies pay 6-figure salaries for. And if that's your thing, awesome. STEM is also here for the money, but it attracts the wrong people. If you want to learn computer science and get a job just for the money, you may not end up enjoying it. Companies should attract people who are actually passionate about it, not people who are just here for a paycheck. When you sell people on an unrealistic job, supply rises and salary falls. You might imagine an army of people behind each tech company, but no, most of them are not engineers. For example, when Instagram had around 7 million users, 7 million users, mind you, it had 4 employees. 4 as in 4.0. There will be more demand for programming but not unlimited demand. So we might as well attract people who are interested. Programming isn't everyone's cup of tea. If you add too much sugar, it will only make it bitter when you find out what it's really like. Maybe programming isn't for everyone, and so is history, French, music, and we all take those classes on school. Surely there's more benefits to learning programming, and yes, there are. There's no doubt coding teaches people about creative thinking and problem solving. But this puts the cart before the horse. If you're already sold on the idea of importance of programming, it's easy to see everything through that lens. Now, programming is a way to think differently and see the world differently. So, if it's a valuable skill, then why not find the best way to learn it? If we suddenly had 60 minutes of school to spare, I would suggest a class about speaking or personal finance, or let's say critically consuming media, or we could even have a class on debate. Who knows? Coding classes should be for people who are interested, but not as a requirement. Oh my god, man, this video took so long to make. I'm sorry. Yeah, my school will start, so I might go on a small break. But, anyways, I decided to make this video, and it took forever. It took me weeks and months, I guess. I don't remember how long it took. Subscribe now to get more low quality long videos from me.